Welcome back to Budget Builds. We're going to show you some tips and tricks on some cheap upgrades you can do to your guys' Caprice. So for the first thing you guys can do to your Caprice that's a cheap upgrade is the headlights. We're going to show you a little trick on my Caprice. So my Caprice didn't come with these lights in it. There is a spot for these, and all you have to do is get a bulb, put the bulb in there, put it in, and it works. So that's going to give you an upper brow for your Caprice. And it's super easy. I think I picked up those bulbs for like 10 bucks at AutoZone. And it's going to give you this whole brow will light up. You can do whatever color you want. If you haven't done LED headlights, check out our video of doing the low and high beams of the full install, and we actually include these in there too. So check that video out if you're interested. So this is what the little light's going to do. So another cheap thing you guys can do to your Caprice, depending on what way you go, you know, it might not be cheap, but these wheels, the steel wheels are super heavy, so upgrade those to like aluminum or something. That's a great upgrade for these cars. The wheels on these cars are a little bit too skinny. You really need to go with a wider wheel and tire to get the traction you need in the rear. I'd really recommend upgrading the wheels. It's winter right now when we're filming, that's why I have my steel wheels on. But we do have a video of putting 2011 Camaro SS wheels, and we did new tires and stuff on this. So if you guys want to go check out that video, it's a super easy thing. We had some problems with the fitment in the front and rubbing in the back, and that video explains all that. So before you buy new wheels, check that video out, and we'll move on to the next upgrade you can do. When you guys buy a Caprice PPV, a lot of the times the rear windows are deactivated or something, and also the rear door handles. I'm going to show you guys how to get these rear windows working again. What you're going to want to do is put the front passenger seat all the way forward, and we're gonna go underneath right now. So now that we're under the passenger seat, you're gonna, if this isn't already cut, you're gonna have to get in here, and there's three connectors in here. It's gonna be real hard to show the camera, but there's 3 connectors in here. There's a male and 2 females. What you're gonna wanna do is unplug the one with the blue wire and switch it to the other connector. Just like this. Make sure it clicks. And we're gonna go back up here. Rear windows work. So that's just a free thing that you can do. I don't know if all Caprices are like this. The 2014 and up might be different, but this is a 2012, so if your rear windows don't work, go ahead and look under there and see if you have the same thing. So another cheap upgrade that you guys might want to do, I know some of these Caprices have these lights whenever you get them in them, and some don't. It's just a plastic piece, but mine came with the lights. Right now they're the police lights, and I want to eventually, you can actually swap these out for amber or whatever color you really want, and you can hook them up to your running lights. But for right now, this is what the police lights look like. So another upgrade that you guys can do, this is a little bit more uncommon, but most of these radios are going to be locked when you get them. What I did is I actually took mine to a Chevy dealership, and I know a guy there, and what we did is we uploaded a non-police package program to the radio, and what we did is you have to pull the radio out, and there's a little connector on the side. I can link the connector that you'll need, and you'll basically just have to reprogram the radio to a non-PPV package. Another thing you guys can do is there's a few companies that you can send your radio, your whole head unit to, and they'll actually unlock it for you. But when you get it unlocked, it actually lets you have, you can make phone calls, your aux is available, so you can actually connect your phone Bluetooth to it. That's what I do. And I don't have the USB. You actually have to run a USB out if you want to use USB, but I always just use Bluetooth. It's really nice to open up that option on these cars so you can not just listen to the radio or CDs. Another option you can get done is maps, but you have to upload the newest map, and I didn't do that, so that's a really nice option, real cheap to do. I think it's about $150 or something to get it sent off, or you can do it for free like I did. There's all kinds of forms that can help you guys out. So another upgrade that I've done to this, this was about $100. It's a manual shift box. All this does is these wires go down and you connect into your BCM, and it allows you to manually shift the vehicle. When it's on, you can manually shift. You turn it off, it shifts normal. I had a guy build this for me, and it was super easy to install. All you had to do is pull the connector out of the BCM, and you connected little wires in, and you tapped into another wire, and then you just have a ground. It's super nice to do burnouts because these Caprices, they only have a low, so you don't have a way to manually shift it. So get one of those boxes. You can do burnouts all day. Really helps you out at the track. So I'll also put a link in the description for that. And I'm going to move on to the more expensive upgrades that I've done in this car that I would really recommend that you guys do. So now that we've talked about some of the cheaper upgrades, I'm going to tell you guys the more expensive things I've done to this. The first thing I did is I got a cold air over the radiator intake. It pulls the air from over the radiator. This was like about $500. I know RotoFab makes a regular style cold air intake for a lot cheaper. The next thing I did was my exhaust. I pulled a 2011 Camaro exhaust system and put it on this. I also have Solo Performance axle backs going into 4 duals. My most recent thing I've done is I've done a cam in the DoD Delete. That's been the biggest thing. Got it tuned, of course. I plan to put headers on it eventually, and that's going to be another big upgrade, and possibly one day I'll be doing a converter. So that's a bunch of quick, easy things that you guys can upgrade your Caprice with. I hope you guys build your Caprice. I hope to keep building mine. I love the car. That's going to wrap up this week's episode. Don't forget to send your guys' builds in, and we'll show you guys on the channel. We got a few cars that we're going to be showing you guys here soon. Some viewers have showed us, sent it in, and we're going to do a whole episode dedicated to that. So hit that like button, subscribe, check out our other videos. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.